Everybody, welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so I'm trying to cash in real quick. I've been trying to get my marks for my mainframe on this tune lately. So I'm like, now's the time to do it. I was like, okay, cool deal. You know, I can do this now. So. All right. All right. It's like okay, I'm going to do my vault real quick as well. Then I'm going to queue up for the events. I'm hoping between the events and maybe a few other things. I only got an hour this morning, so I'm pretty much anticipating just getting the events out of the way. I remember that song when I was a kid, too. I do like the blue look, though. All right. Let's see how we go. I'll queue it some 8-mans too while I'm at it. I wouldn't mind doing maybe Trigon's Prison, but the other ones will take too long.
X is taking control of this situation. I'm sending in the suicide squad to assist you. I assure you that those mercenaries will comply.
If I remember my lessons with Tempest correctly, these sigils of Orion on the floor will prevent us from being seen or attacked until we exit them.
Enough with the jabber-jawing, kid. Let's kick their tails.
Word up. You heard the man. Shark? rule is officially out. The Headmaster's Sanctum is home to the most powerful and forbidden
I think I'm going to need a little
magic
bit
in
more
the land.
CC.
The entire structure is one massive magical maze, complete with puzzles and guardians.
If we stand an iceberg's chance in the South Pacific of stealing the treasure, we'll need to split up. I'm with Aqua Kid. The rest of you nobodies take the other portal. And remember, I'm still not Team Atlas. I'm only here to see how this plays out. For my people. Now move it, chum. You dare invade the silent school? Fools, you haven't learned it. You trespass in the domain of Crimson, the fourth sign of Syria. Your fate is sealed.
By the ancient sign of Cancer and its enchanted moonstone jewel, I summon its protector and curse you insipid fools. Where once there was one, now form three. Ow! My toes! No! You mustn't destroy it. You'll never find the correct sacrificial abattoir to place the moonstone in. My mirror image spell will stop you.
No.
You've chosen boy.
You guys are going to get both of those in.
You've chosen boy.
Oh my god, it's knocking. We got too many people over there. I'll hit the bell.
Curse that noise! Stop! Stop! You've chosen boy.
There we go.
Artifact or not, your journey is here.
Come on. hate this part.
You have reached the depths of Pisces, the fish. Now prepare to face the fury of its deadliest predators.
Safe harbor from this shark attack. Fools, you only punish yourself.
It's a smart
more
thing to
by
do.
fighting. Statues of fallen warriors, join the hunt. Awake my warrior statues and destroy them! By the predators of the sea, but of the land and the ground. Animate and destroy them! Only will you be hunted by the predators of the sea, but of the land and ground. Animate and destroy them!
Come on. Morning.
By darkest one, by Sula's horns, unleash the guardian of the crown of thorns.
By darkest water, by Sula's horns, unleash the guardian of the crown of thorns.
Yo, Helly, what's up? Morning. Hope you're doing well this weekend. I only got a little bit. I only got about half an hour. About 40 minutes left, and I gotta go. Got the grandkids today. 1 second. Your mom deleted what? Your DC account? You were doing your stuff, weren't you, Mental? Oh. Oh man. That's rough, brother. Oh man. I remember my mom growing up, she would take my consoles and confiscate them during the summer just so I would get out. My mom was like, I have no problem with you gaming in the winter or school after things. My parents always made sure there was like a precedence. No, I know it sounds, oh no. No. Oh, God, brother. Dude. Oh, I never touch my kids' stuff. I'll take their console or their computer, but I won't touch their accounts. My daughter is a gamer. But she's a PC gamer and she has an Xbox. But my other daughter, like, she's getting ready to go to college soon and stuff after whatever. And I said, well, you know, when you leave for college, I'm probably going to give your sister your PlayStation. She's like, bullshit, I'm taking that thing with me. And I'm like, well, technically it's mine. What would you need a PlayStation in college for? And she's like, what? And I'm like, honey, that thing's going to be like three and a half years old by the time, you know, whatever. So I'm now playing in my PS4. Oh, man. It was, what was it, a PC account? If it's a PC account, it's retrievable. What's good, Jeffrey? What's good? Everything's going good. You having a good weekend, brother? Oh, wait a minute. I think I needed that back. Yeah, after my stream, I got off, man. I had to, like, just get some rest, man. I woke up this morning, and I have this ritual of making coffee and playing, you know, doing my foo-foo shit. Like, I make lattes. But I had no coffee this morning, so I'm on the tea this morning.
You go for the trident, and I'll deliver this crystal from the thorn golem to Mira.
So I have to go get coffee today. I was like, no, no. I'm actually going to get this wall feed or something I want to do with it, so.
Insolent surface dwellers, you
Infinite. I can't even do it. This looks like Cobra Commander, I'm telling you. Dude, Mets, yeah, if it was a PC account, all you have to do, it's just uninstalled. She can never delete it because it's a server based. They're all server based. So all you have to do is reinstall. That's it. But I wouldn't if your mom took it off. She could delete individual characters, and that's not going to help. Mystic, yeah, as soon as I smoke, right? Like, I have to have my coffee, man, and, yeah, smoke. Sometimes you need that. Oh, come on. I hate the, like, little stuns you can't see. There was a slight delay in the server this morning. So I wanted to get on earlier during the time that needed to come up. But it didn't. Like, there was something wrong with the servers this morning for a minute. God. I'm getting CC'd everywhere. I can't even see what's CC'ing me. Give me this. Am I coming in okay? Tell me it's not on my end. You never know. Go, 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 go. I'm trying to, this is my hero healer. Trying to get his mainframe up today. Taking advantage of the double marks. I got to do that also with another two tunes. So nothing major I'm working on as far as, well, I'm hoping to get my healer in by tomorrow. So I'll finish up tomorrow with the double marks. Dang right. I don't want to be controlled. Nobody can control Mystic. I'm uncontrollable. So I've been told. How many different areas are different on villain's side? Like on villain's side, you fight Supergirl and a colleague for Parasite. The heroes could fight Parasite in there. Right. So the only... Oh, great. Somehow I got knocked out of the circle. The only difference is it's flipped. Pretty much everything is almost the same, Jeffrey, on villain's side as far as how the quests... initially, like, you know, the areas and the quest lines, but the outcomes are different based on hold on, I need to do based on the villains. So they just reverse it that way and introduce new quests like 1 to 30, right? Well, and that's the there were like a few minor differences between the operations when we had ops, and I wish they would bring ops back. I'm hoping that with Atlantis we get like operations. That would be cool. So I'd like to see more operations back in the game. But with operations, it was like, you know, that it was kind of different. So I'm hoping, you know, they do that with ops. 3 new hero mentors. We could get Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman. I would love that. I would love to see like maybe an expansion sometime. I wouldn't mind paying for it if within a reasonable price. I wouldn't. They would have to make it a very full-size expansion, though. And I think that's a good point. Like, you know, new mentors, new leveling area. I'm not opposed to it. This is what I call my Tron look on this dude. Three new villain mentors: Deathstroke, Cheetah, Bane, something like that, right? Bane would, Deathstroke would be a good one. I feel Deathstroke would be a good one. There's a couple of ones that could be really good. I would like maybe Penguin. That would be a good one. No, an expansion would be a completely separate from a DLC. Expansions are usually a different way of them to add a larger aspect to content, usually, typically. But we've never had, in this game, we've never had an expansion. We've only had DLCs, which kind of goes well for the community. But if you have an expansion, you'd have to bring on more people. You could contract, or Daybreak could pull for other resources to get this expansion done. But what it would do is like literally expand on the game world. They need 3 set of devs: DLC devs, expansion devs, and PvP devs. Yeah, that's how it typically goes down. That is how it will. Well, and they separate departments, so there are different developers in different departments, but it's like so much more vast than that, because you have sound engineers, you have server engineers, you have server techs, you have combat development, you have dungeon development, you have quest line development. So typically, if it's done right, you have a person plugged in where in each spot that they need to be. Combat devs are usually, you know, more expansive. So combat devs usually will be a 2 or 3 versus 1, but like a quest dev would be an isolated developer. So I should be able to get this in, and then I've got to go. I actually got to call my daughter, make sure. I think she said 11, but no tanks that I can see.
The trident will stay in my possession for as long as
I'm actually going to switch the build out for this one. Just because it has a little bit more CC to it. Yeah, mental. If you end up playing on PlayStation, though, at least you could still play with PC players. It just sucks that you'd have to start all over again. Six superpowers OP, right? I'm telling you, 6. I love it. I would like to see maybe an I would pay for it if it was reasonably priced, like 30 to 40 bucks. Yeah, I'd pay for it. If it was a nice size zone and stuff, and I mean, like, I'm talking like big, not a remake of Gotham or Metropolis, for sure they'd have to do something new, but new quests there, new starting zones, new little things, and and then maybe drop in some new duos, even expand upon it. I don't know, I would like it. Like I said yesterday, I did give my opinion of the 3 things that need to change for PvP to become, because PvP doesn't need a lot of work. It doesn't. In this game, it's built for PvP. The problem of it is PvP isn't viable because of these 3 things. PvP is fun, but it has 3 major issues. Not major, minor, because they're easily fixable. So if they address these, then this game's going to smoke other games in PvP. So it's like this game's built for it. It just needs an adjustment or 2. It needs a couple minor adjustments and a feature. 2 adjustments and a feature, and this PvP would be fine. That's it. That's all. So and I told them what to fix and how to fix it. So if they do it and they implement it, I think it's the less of the headaches that they'd have to do. It's easy implementation. And again, the Christmas event should have something new like Flash. I'm hoping, yeah. Well, I think they added something this year. They usually add something, but I would like to see, like as far as the vendor, what I would like to see, is something stupid like But I love the Larfies, aspect to it. So every holidays, around the holiday events, I do get to enjoy the little things that Larfleeze is the yeah. I remember seeing a video with Larfleeze in a Christmas hat, and I was like, dude, that is funny as fuck. I would love to see more of the Orange Lantern shit going on, since it's like that. That's my personal opinion. I'm really liking the lightning or the electric class. This loadout I'm a little bit more accustomed to. Every time I lay down the lightning, though, it's when he jumps. Oh, my AoE. It sucks not having a fucking troller, though. Why is this? I hear it. God dang it. I was about to say, there should be some higher deeps than me. What in the fuck? We have all this DPS and people aren't even hitting their shit right. And I'm a low level.
Shark. Can't you see we're not like Kormrak or the Elder Council?
Okay, let me see this. And again, the Christmas event should have some, yeah. Like Flash Race, where it has to deliver presents. I love that idea.
I swear on
I actually love that idea.
King will follow in my husband's footsteps.
Mara is right.
I love the idea. But what would you do for villains? Like steal them? Like Reverse Flash steals them? I love it. I actually like that idea. Like you get transformed into the Flash. It's like a little Legends Christmas mission. That would be kind of cool. That actually would be pretty cool.
Why did I not see the truth sooner? Why did I allow the fools of the court to restrain my desire for greatness? Who are they to tell King Kormrak what I may or may not do? They are petulant children watching the birth of a god. So some plead for the undercurrent by my lady false. Be it Arthur's ghost or the High Council, they are all subject to the King's law.
Well, the problem of it is, Jeffrey, is everything that's happened between SOE and now the whole Daybreak thing. You got to understand the history behind what happened to the company as a whole. I mean, to be honest, the simple fact that they were able to salvage this product as a whole is a good thing, because it was piss poor managed, not the company, not the game, and it left a lot. It took a lot of the development team and reduced it down in numbers considerably. So the devs don't have, this development team isn't stacked up like a lot of people would think. They really are kind of, you know, have a limited crew. For what they actually push out, it's impressive. And every company has certain amount of development members, but this crew is pretty, you know, they're kind of down, you know. So it's like, how much can they put in within the frame? These two are healers down here.
Of course, we can use the trident to empower the crystal and topple the crown.
No, the crystal lacks the power to take down the
Coming in fourth.
Can create thorn constructs. If I am right, the constructs may get us past the crown. I will use my aquamancy to split the crystal. Once it is in position, begin gathering the roots.
Quickly, we have been discovered. Defend yourselves.
Hoping I got enough time to do this. how you could even do a long Halloween. Well, the thing about it is, like I said, I mean, it's what they can get in. At this point, that's what I feel is it's not the lack of ideas. It's like, what can they all fit in with the crew? They still have to hit deadlines and stuff. And you got to keep in mind the devs don't control that. Executive, if that's an executive type decision. There could be developers who have great ideas, right? And none of it's going to get heard. And I hate to make it sound like that. I mean, they can listen to the players, but at the end of the day, a lot of what's been put in the game, it's like laid out. They can even do a New Year's event with Calendar Man and Batman. Yeah, I agree with all this. I totally agree, and I imagine even some of the devs would like it. No, but the thing about it is, like content, I don't critique content too much. I critique, because I understand, like, what has to be done to get things in, certain things, right? And I understand it, but what I critique is what's actually being implemented and the functionality of it. And certain things like questing. If there's quest, I want chain questing. I want something that ties things together, makes more of a dynamic storyline. I don't care how they do it or whatever. I just want to feel like some sort of immense aspect to what I'm playing, making me believe I'm this hero or I'm this villain, and giving me that feel to it. But a lot of times, like I said, what I'm really crucial about is performance issues. That's when I'm a little hard, because that is in development. That has to do with the devs. These are things that the devs have to be aware of and address. There are certain things that can't be addressed necessarily by the because that's things are being directed. There's executive directors and leads and things like that. So there's a big thing to a company. I mean, if it's just like any other job. You go to your job, and let's say the 1 to 30 quest. Yeah. I mean, and hopefully, there's always room for improvement, so it's not a bad idea. But what I tell people from a developer standpoint, imagine like any other job. You go to work, right? And you're told this is what we're going to do today, right? And you might say, okay, that's cool, and you're like, okay, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this with the bricks? And they're like, no, it's not. Like, you're a bricklayer, and and you say, hey, we should go with this for a color. Well, you're not the designer. They've already picked their color of their bricks. There are also storylines that have just been abandoned. Oh, of course, yeah. And like I said, it's because they're a skeleton crew. There was a transition point in this game, huge transition point. And I'm just happy that they salvaged it, because I'm like, the one product I hope they don't let go of, and when they were shutting things down, was DC. Because DC had a terrible launch, because PlayStation got hacked. So this was all, the PC version was working fine, but when it was supposed to be released for console, that's when PlayStation got hacked. The whole thing was down for a month. So it was like, oh fuck. And that's bad, because that was during its launch period.
Quickly, we have been discovered.
I'm trying to find this stupid...
You won't stop at Atlantis.
Aha. And it was there.
Don't delay. We can't.
You can do a video about the whole storyline of DCUO up until now. I could. I mean, as far as like, what happened, you mean? There was a lot. There was a lot of stuff. Like I said, I didn't do a lot of things with DC. I came in just as a player. It's probably one of the only products because, like I said, there was a whole backstory between me and SWG, and when I was testing the NGE. A lot, actually. It wasn't pretty. I'm not gonna lie. That Riddle with Crime DLC should have came out years ago to that storyline, but I understand they're shorthanded. Right. That's what it is, man. And at the end of the day, what they put forth, and me understanding that, I'm always impressed with, like, Kel's trying the game. He's really enjoying the combat. I'm like, if you play this game and you try it out, it's because of the combat. Hands down, out of a lot of MMOs, this is one of the main reasons this is my go-to MMO. I do enjoy the content immensely. I love the story arcs. But, you know, it's not because of PvP that I come here. But I'm like, I will PvP, but PvP is not why I come to this game, because I'm aware of what's been going on. I'm like, I come to this game because the combat and the polish, it's very polished. So if the devs want Shazam DLC, they have to ask DC or Warner Brothers. Well, how their license works is kind of interesting. I don't have details as far as what their licensing entails. That's more with, like I said, corporate and executives and all this stuff. There's a lot of red tape behind the scenes. But they have to actually, like, get a lot of things done to make things happen. Now, that's a nice thing about why it's always worked in this game, because in this game it's been an alternate universe. It's you know, put in the storylines we're accustomed to, but being that it's an alternate reality, so to speak, we get different twists to the storyline, to the arc. So it doesn't have to stay canon because of the events of Lex Luthor. Like I said, it all goes back to that. So Warner Brothers allow certain things without question, but in other times it can't be conflicting what's going on in their universe at that moment. So it's kind of, like I said, there's a lot of stuff to take into consideration when you're working with licensed products. And that's from a legal standpoint. And it's understandable because it's to protect Warner Brothers, any content that Warner Brothers is coming out with, depending, obviously. Why do they keep bypassing? All they're going to do is get everybody killed. They're just getting people killed this way. You can't bypass fucking ads. Excuse my French. You can't bypass it. Just like, wow. Come on. It'll all draw in. It gets funneled in if you do that shit. If this game ever ends, do you think we will see it again? No. No. If this game was to die tomorrow, Warner Brothers probably would not license another version of the game. I hate to say that, but they would stay. They might come out with a couple different games, obviously, but it would not be like this. That's why this needs to be treasured. And given all the bad publicity lately surrounding the DCEU, people really should be treasuring this product more and more. Oh, I'll take it anyways. So would you say this game is connected to the comics because we had a pre-52 Superman and the idea? Okay. So they do have, you know, the events because of the comics. Everything is tied, but we got to keep in mind the continuity, what DC did in the comics, and all the issues tied to, like, you know, how the anti-monitor was put in for a reason to restart continuity between each of the existing DC universes, right? So that's why the anti-monitor was created initially, right? So we have all these alternate realities, and the Crime Syndicate being one of those effects that surround the DC universe. Now, DCUO's plot sets the changes, the slight changes due to the events of that existing universe. So we have ties to everything that we know in the comics, and we see that comes forth, but the storyline is slightly altered due to the tampering of Lex Luthor. So that's what makes this a great game, because of those alterations. The DCU was good. This game would do better. I don't think so. I think this game's doing better than the DCU. I mean, the DCEU. To be honest with you, I feel like the alternate story arcs are really good. I wish it was like a little bit more expanded. Wish a DCUO trailer could be shown during the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's more money than probably the marketing would be able to throw in. The best thing I would want is to see plugs for YouTube or Facebook. That's more achievable. Would reach a larger audience, target our audience.
Excellent. We have gained access to the armory. Everything is going according to plan.
To plan.
A fool would plan to die in a place like this. But Arthur never said you were very bright.
Murderer! Betrayer! How could you turn on Arthur? He was your friend.
NBA Finals,
And for what?
World Cup,
Sir,
World Series. Wish new game trailers were shown on CW. CW would be like a 30-second commercial between CW would be good. Nope, Sue, what's up? Yeah, that would be doable. Like a 30-second plug between CW shows. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Showing this on Warner Brothers app wouldn't be a bad idea. Tying this in with the Warner Brothers app would not be a bad idea. And there's ways to do that. Of course, I'm not in their marketing department, so it's not my job to tell them how to do their jobs. Yo, Kirk, what's up? Thank you. Yeah, I love this game, man. I love this game. The combat and it's smooth, very smooth. It's just polished. You know, people ask me, "Why do you come back?" I'm like, it's clean. There's no other reason. There's no multiple thing. It's just clean. It's got very good content and it's clean. It gets monotonous. I'm not saying it doesn't. So there are some issues, but it's so clean. is and I'm spoiled on Twitch gaming. I am spoiled on the Twitch system gaming. Add you, you're a hero. Okay, I'm about to leave, but yep, I'm on my hero, so you're in luck today. Typically, I play villain though. I have like 4 heroes. I just don't hardly play them. Everybody asks me why not, and I'm like, because the populace. That's the only reason I went villain. Heroes were flooded. I'm like, I'm not picking a, you know, a faction that everybody wants to play. I always go against the grain. Like, I started off with Alliance for World of Warcraft, but then when I seen everybody win Alliance, I went Horde. So I had, Alliance and Horde, but I ended up definitely rolling more Horde later down the line. I don't have a tie to anything one specific. I just do things because, hey man, at one time, before they integrated warriors and villains to do content together, right? We actually were forced to only do content with villains or heroes. And that's no longer the case, which I actually enjoy that you can play both sides of, you know, your alerts and your raids together, like co-op. And I wish there would be more content that would unite against certain common foes for the benefit of the villains. Like the heroes, we know what the benefit, save the world. But the villains be like, yo man, I can't let this dude take over. What am I getting out of this deal? This is bad. I gotta side with these good guys. Because if I don't, I'm losing it all. Yeah, that's why I mainly play villain. It really is killing me that there is no, it's when you wish you had a precision build. Can they debuff it? No, we don't have a troller. God, I hate this. Villain hero stories are needed too. And they need to let heroes talk to villains. Nah, they couldn't do that. I agree with actually not letting them. Because the PvP smack talk would just be redunculous. The harassment, that was probably the smartest move they ever did. Because it's just about PvP. There's just the way they did. I mean, you can voice chat when you're in group, but you can't group. What I don't like is the fact that you can't send, like, you can't put friend requests. Like, I don't think they should be able to talk to them in the open world. But if they're on my friends list, then I should be able to talk to them. So that's the only reason I think that somebody on your friends list, whether it be a hero or villain, imagine we're doing a raid together, right? And you want to be my friend. You can't send me a tell because I honestly, I'm fine with people not being able to send me tells from heroes if they're not my friend. But if they're my friend on my hero, they should be able to send me a tell, even if I'm on my villain. That's what I think. So I wish they would do that. This way, if I'm on a villain and one of my friends are on their hero and be like, hey, you know, can you get on your hero and roll with me? Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, sure, sure. What are we doing? You know, that would be cool. I would like that. Yep, the PvP trash talk is outrageous, right? You can't actually have like have the regular chat. You couldn't. It's just it's ridiculous. But if somebody's on my friends list, regardless of faction, and the friends list should be copied over to every toon. I get tired of having to add people individually. The friends list should be account shared. But I understood why they didn't do the whole, you know, oh, you know, because of trash talking. This is unlike a lot of MMOs. This is actually more family friendly. So we have to keep in mind why they didn't implement it. Their target audience was anywhere from young teenagers to adults. Nice, finally.
Finish it.
You deserve 1,000 deaths.
Climate control floor.
Aches for vengeance, Merc. You
Ooh.
betrayed and murdered your king and stole my beloved husband from me.
I gotta take the box though. Oh, I got a greedy sweatshirt.
What? What are you
What? He lives.
Milady, King Orin lives.
Brother?
Brother?
Rest my love.
There
saying? Rest, my love.
Uh-huh.
We have a fight.
Okay, Kirk, what is your character's name? Not too bad. I'm actually not. I'm not too whatever about that. Third place DPS. Whatever. Who are your favorite DCUO YouTubers? Up until this point, I never watched YouTubers. Until I became a YouTuber, I never watched any. So I do like Obsidian Shield. I've seen like 1 or 2 of his videos, maybe 2 or 3, and I like him. I already do. He gives out solid information, and he has a very constructive way of pointing things out. So I like that. I like Obsidian Shield. I feel like he's a very good representative for this game. Very good. You gotta hurry up there, Kirk. I'm about to go. Let me know. Let me know. All right, so. Okay. We're going to be, like I said, I'm working on unlocking these now. That's been going to be my goal. I'm trying to get those unlocked. No, why does everybody always put in those spaces? I'm terrible. I won't be able to do that. I got to get going. Everybody loves their spaces. Okay. Hopefully it adds.
Stop Wendy so I can get my coat. I think my debit card's in my coat.
Okay. You have been added to my friends list. There you go, Kirk. You are officially on my friends list with this tune. Yeah, you have to manually add everybody in every tune, I think. But yeah, it's just I'm cashing in. I'm taking advantage of like upgrading a couple tunes during this time. It's easy to level in this game. I always suggest this, and I'm going to always make this recommendation. After trying the free version of DC, and once you have an idea whether you're going to be playing the game more frequent, if you decide to play as, really want to do it, but I can't. If you decide you want to play as a paid player, get Armory. Even if it's one, if you get the DLC pack, no matter what, once you get home base, you'll get one free Armory. Get another one, and build the opposite role. I'll tell you. I'll show you guys how to play Switch play later on, because there are a lot of vets that don't get to understand Switch play, and I feel like that's something that's not covered a lot. I think Obsidian, I think he might cover Switch play mechanics, but because you have a GCD associated, a very long GCD associated with your Switch play, but Switch play is very, very important, especially towards end game. So I will always recommend, please get an Armory, get an additional Armory, and understand Switch play mechanics. And DCUO Multiverse is good for styles and gear, right? Anyways, I got to get going, man. Vagrant and Rockvar. Okay, I'll check them out. Anyways, I got to get going. I want to say thank you once again. I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. And as always, man, thank you guys, and have a nice day.